Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to Montreal Sketchfest Day 2.
Day 2.
Connor's in the bathroom taking a dump.
Really wait until now?
Say it louder in case the microphone didn't pick up.
You guys are being so mean to me about this. It's very uncool.
So we just went to a lovely breakfast.
Yeah.
Where, you know, all breakfast, Connor was talking about how he had to poop. And he was like, I can't wait to get home and poop. And then as soon as we walk in, Dan goes, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. So then Connor was pacing around around the kitchen like a lion at the zoo.
Yeah.
You know, just being like, I shouldn't be in here.
And look, I know I'm in the wrong, but I'm still gonna say in my defense, it's like one of those moments where like somebody's like, hey, I'm about to shower.
Right.
So does
like,
anybody need to use it? And I'm like, oh, I gotta jump in there and pee.
Yeah.
So that's where my mind went to, where I'm like, you know what, I do have to pee a little bit, so I better go before it becomes occupied for Lord knows how long.
He said he was blowing it up in there.
Yeah, so, but I apologized for my wicked behavior. That's all I can do.
Yeah.
All I can do.
And we're about to go into rehearsal town. We're gonna run our show a bunch. It's a beautiful rainy day here in Montreal. We all just kind of slept just okay. No fault of this place, just a reality of being in a new place. And after I took a really big poop at the restaurant, I became a new person and found my willingness to speak French to someone who works here.
Yeah.
So that's good. I asked for the check and said thank you and also said, can we have 3? Pretty good.
Pretty good. She's fluent.
Yeah, I'm moving here. I do really like it. I kind of would. It's cool.
It is a cool place.
Dirty bomb shirts.
There's some dirty bomb shirts.
I could tell you what that's for, but the black powder that we use to dirty them up, it is so fine, it gets everywhere. I still have like underneath my nails and stuff. Oh no, I just got some just by touching this fucking bag.
Oh God.
But
it
looks good.
It looks so good.
I think we're supposed to use like brushes and stuff.
Yeah.
But not us.
No.
We use our hands.
Straight fingers.
Straight fingies.
Straight fingies.
So yeah, so that's cool.
We got other props over there. I got some of my props lined up here. Dan's got his props all up in here.
Up in here.
And we have a show in many hours.
5 hours.
5 hours. It feels like it's in an hour with the level of like, I'm a little bit nervous.
Oh yeah.
Which is kind of fun.
Yeah, it's gonna rock and roll all night and party every day, you know what I mean?
I couldn't agree more.
It's been so fun. We're excited to like do some dumb shit that we haven't done before.
Yeah.
That we've been like so jazzed about for feels like weeks and weeks now. It's like finally we get to put some of this on. Because it has been weeks and weeks, but like
Because it has been weeks and weeks.
it's just like, yes, this is gonna be so stupid and silly and dumb, and we finally get to do it for people. And that's
Yes!
so rad.
It is so rad.
So yeah, I'm really jazzed about that.
Me too. Earlier I was sitting right here doing my makeup in my phone, and there was a guy across the street in this red roofed house like doing his dishes, and it took like the same amount of time, so it was just kind of us like looking at each other.
Coexisting.
Yeah, we're coexisting.
That's gorgeous.
And I told Dan, I was like, I hope he doesn't think I'm just sitting here like staring at him or filming him. And then Dan was like, he's probably saying the same thing to his wife in there, like, there's a girl over there doing her makeup and I hope she doesn't think I'm just staring at her.
You got the vibe that he was a married man?
Yeah, and then I later did see a woman in there.
Okay. Well, had to be his wife.
Roommate or girlfriend or friend.
Yeah,
There's a woman in his life.
So it should be one of these
Yeah. Really good. I think that's a good look. Perfect. Wow. Really good. Oh my god. Wow. Oh my god. Wow. Oh my god. He's really working it. That's how you do it. Oh! You okay? You recovered well.
You stop.
Just about showtime.
We're about to do our show.
Yeah, it's gonna be super fun.
Our block starts in 15 minutes. We're doing a quick little speed run. Our props are set,
All set.
and we're excited.
We're gonna rock and we're gonna freaking roll.
We're gonna have fun.
Most importantly.
Any other things you want to say before we do it? Before we do the damn
This is
thing?
the last time you see us. That means we die.
Yeah. Sorry.
Sorry that we died.
Sorry that we died.
Hopefully not though.
Yeah.
No, we won't.
Fingers crossed.
Hopefully you see us again.
Tell us to break our legs.
Not in a death way.
We just
Yeah.
climbed a ladder.
As
And
a
almost
team.
broke our legs.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Ready to go?
All right, everyone, let's do this. I want everyone tonight to feel.
Us and him.
Okay?
No.
New York bound. It's okay.
Aww.
It zooms in.
Yeah, I guess.
Hey, Katie.
Yeah.
No, keep it rolling. Keep it rolling. Can you grab your notebook
Yeah.
and kind of put it under the front of the camera so it kind of angles up?
Yeah. Oh. What?
No. That's not at all what I mean, but that'll work too. Yeah.
I don't get
Other way. No, this is good. This is good. That's great. That's great. Yeah. It just needs to do this, kind of this. Yep, that'll do. So we did a show.
Hey guys. Welcome to the post show.
I'm not gonna fart this time.
I'm not gonna pee this time.
And I'm not gonna do any of this, or this.
Deal.
I'm gonna be really chill.
I need some A&W right now. I got a double bloody burger.
I got the pop out.
And I had fries, but I ate them on the walk.
That caramelized onions on it. How about that?
Do you like that?
I love that.
I like it raw.
Raw onion?
Raw's good.
I know.
Caramelized is really good though.
Do you have onions?
I do.
Raw?
Yeah, raw.
Raw.
I'm gonna try them.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go sketch by sketch. Should I wait until you guys are done?
Yeah, maybe.
Better hurry then.
He just gets so intense when he bites. He's like, his eyes squint and he opens his mouth so wide. You go from like 0 to 100 so quick. It was just like, oh, here's a bite. And so I'm just going like, eat it. It's so big. The onion hangouts. It's so funny.
Okay. Connor's done, but Dan's not, so we'll come back. Okay.
They were cheering so loud because they didn't know like what was coming. They didn't know like they to them they could have thought like, oh, he's just dancing. This might be like a filler thing, but it was just like they were just like, yeah, he's dancing. It's like, no, this is the start to a sketch. Yeah.
They were so into it.
Yeah.
It's so awesome.
And that is what we are doing tomorrow for Best of Fest. Which is very cool. We got asked to do, so Montreal does this thing where they do a Best of the Fest set, which is like an hour-long show where they pick, I guess, maybe even longer, where they pick 10 sketches from the festival to be part of their Best of Fest.
Do they even choose from the first weekend into the second?
I don't know.
Or like, was there a Best of the Fest first weekend?
I have zero
I don't
clue.
know.
I don't
Maybe.
think so, but I think it's just one.
That would be very cool if it was Best of Fest for both weekends.
I think it might be.
That would be awesome.
That would be cool.
So yeah, we're doing that again tomorrow.
Yeah.
It was very fun. I was like, oh, we're doing another show now.
I know.
Another set or another
Yeah.
sketch. I mean,
Yeah.
but it's very cool. Excited for that.
And to have it be the sketch that, as we all here know, was the one I was the most nervous about. You know, where I'm like, those are my lines I struggled with the most. That's what I was the most nervous about. And
I felt like you killed it.
I felt like I killed it.
Yeah.
I think I crushed. I feel really good about my performance, and also and my lines.
Yeah.
Just like on a technical level, but I also feel like I like did fun stuff that I haven't done in rehearsal, which is always me on stage. I always go 100 on stage, and I'm always at 10% in rehearsal.
Easier with an audience.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I'm pissed that we had to do that one because I had to straight man the whole time.
I know, we kind of get to be the funny ones. But you got a ton of laughs. I felt like the way that you were getting laughs made me feel like I was a straight man. Even though I feel like the way it's written isn't that way, but I felt like you got so many.
Yeah, I mean, it's so funny. Like, I always think about like when people are like, "Oh, what sketches do you write?" I'm like, any of the ones that I'm not the straight man. like I never write myself as the straight man. I always write myself as the character or whatever. It's very obvious. It's very obvious what I write. And I'm gonna play the guy that we know the sketch is about the guy or whatever, you know.
And can you guys guess who wrote Heaven, where I have one line at the end and I just dance around the whole time while they have like 4 minutes of dialogue there to memorize?
You give me so much dialogue. I have to talk so much.
Big long lines. Yeah.
And there's like no like coherent like narrative. It's just like him being like, what about this? You're being like, well, then I had to explain everything.
Talking to John Blair about it, and he was like, I really love it. I love how it like kind of changes like throughout the entire time, like what's kind of going on. And like, yeah, it definitely does. Yeah.
It makes it easy to memorize.
Yeah.
I got a compliment from Viv that like he loved how like there was kind of like 2 things going on at the same time. It was like me dancing, but then also like the dialogue. And like I like asked him like clarify, like was it like distracting? And he's like, no, you guys like found the medium, like happy medium of like, you know, like it's this sketch where like it's this Lance character that's just dancing, but it's also like this like dilemma of like this other character being introduced to it. And he was like, I like was able to follow, but like there were like moments attention was pulled, and I think that's like a cool.
I have to switch batteries. Remember.
Just saying how Viv complimented that it was a great give and take, push and pull between kind of the 2 threads happening. Like the simple thread of this character just dancing totally in his own world in his head, and then like the angel.
I could really feel on stage that there were moments of like, thank God Dan is here dancing. I'm not just saying that the dialogue is bad. It's just like it needs to have something else going on.
Yeah.
And like it was so many moments where I realized that like they are really laughing at you dancing.
Yep.
Not what's going on, but then they are focusing what's going on and they're laughing at that, and then
there's like laugh lines within the dialogue.
Yeah, so so kind of both are happening in this way. So it's like they need each other. Like they can't exist on their own, but like if they coexist, they do a very big thing. Is how it felt. And and I think your button worked great.
Absolutely.
Which was?
I'm so glad we did it. Got a great reaction.
It is the exact reaction I wanted.
Oh
like a big reaction in any direction of like
but mostly laugh. Like I felt like it was like well received.
That is one that like I can't wait to go back to the footage and like actually hear what the reaction is in the crowd, because in the moment, you know, you're just kind of like in the zone.
And then you know, we got to have the song I wrote as the you know,
people got a real kick out of.
People were loving all of Connor's songs. It was really sweet.
That's one thing. Like Viv gave me a very good note, and I was very happy that he was like, I'm gonna give you a note. And it was about the show, and it was just like I feel like, you know, like the show could have been a 10 out of 10, but it was an 8.5 out of 10 because like we spent like our in between sketches were just way too long in between. And like you're right. We've written it in a way that it's hard to minimize that time. Which just makes me go like, how do we fix that? And one thing I'm thinking is just like, with those songs, it's great if we just make each one of those songs a video.
Easy.
Just like add to it, even if it's just something interactive, so it doesn't feel like it's just empty stage. Because I went out at one point as you guys were getting ready. I was ready. Because you guys have a lot more getting ready for bingo in the moment. So I was like, when I was like,
and I dropped the bingo ball 1,000 times, and my friend was like, Dan, you have to just hold the bingo ball.
What happened to the? Are we on bingo now?
Sorry, I didn't mean to jump to bingo.
We'll go there in 1 second. Okay. But I was saying how I had to like, I went out there. I was like, okay, there's dead space. I'm just gonna go out there, and it was just like, this is an original song. Feel it, and then it got like a quick woo, and then it just died back down again. And I was just like, fuck.
No, I mean it's all you can do, and like it is tough. Like I wonder if that's just the nature of a 3-person sketch team where like we're in everything.
Yeah.
And the way we do it, where it's like we want all 3 of us in everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Like there's.
Yes.
I don't think we had a 2-person sketch.
No.
We were all in every.
We were all in
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
And it was changeover and
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it was a combination of we're in every sketch the way we write right now, and also we are doing like more props and costumes right now than I think I've done in the past.
Oh my god, yeah, way more than usual.
And like especially getting ready for bingo, which is like
I know.
costumes and heavy prop. You gotta be careful with the bingo ball.
Yeah.
You gotta hide a bunch of stuff.
Oh my
like,
god,
it's
and it
just,
all falls,
yeah.
whether
We
it's
just
tights
need-
or not.
We just need better tape, honestly.
Well,
Yeah.
like I was wondering if there's a way to like make a like
Or like a Velcro or something.
a string or something that has everything on it that you can just like attach that and put it underneath your skirt so it's just in there.
That'd be great.
We should come up with something better for them.
Even just something like,
shows.
like just something with pockets where you could just pull out of pockets.
Yeah.
Because it was stressful both times that we've done it. Where I'm trying to
Yeah.
tape
Yeah.
stuff
And
or hold stuff.
And if we're now on bingo,
Sure.
I did not see the tampon.
No, the
So I
tampon
found
fell
it.
off. I found it backstage because when we went back right after bingo, I went, Dan, there's a tampon, but you were distracted. And I was like, we don't have to talk about it right now.
I love that we were backstage. Dan and I were like on secret missions while John Blair was back. So like Montreal does this awesome thing where they have the stage, and to get to the backstage you can get there from obviously from the ground, but also there is a platform that goes back and behind it and takes a ladder down. So like, while the show afterwards was going, Dan and I were like doing a secret mission to get the rest of our props and like trying to be so like quiet.
Yeah,
and, like,
there was like moments where we were like, oh, John's done with the sketch, and we're like, hug the wall.
yeah,
like,
get out of the way. Get out of the
Well,
way.
and I had no idea they were doing it. I genuinely texted them and I said, where did you guys go?
Yeah.
They were just gone.
We were on like a
Yeah.
secret spy
Yeah.
mission, and I love that like when we did leave, it was right
It was
after.
at the very end. You were like coming up the ladder, and he like came backstage.
Yeah,
and we're
it
like in and out. We
Yeah,
did
it was just like we got the jewel, like
Yeah.
we did it just in time.
As the security guards shined their flashlight.
Yeah, like my feet were going up the stairs, and then like it's like the flashlight goes by as I get up to the top of the
Yeah.
rung, and it's just like goes by just in time. Yeah.
We had like 3 bags worth of shit just out of there. Like,
Yeah.
But yeah, I was up your dress.
I know.
And I got the underwear.
I know.
And I'm like, I was literally like looking around.
I know. I genuinely
is
felt you
the-
doing it. I was like,
I know.
and I didn't know that it wasn't there. Because when I taped it, I was like, no, the only thing I didn't think I had was a bingo ball. Because I was like, no, I taped the tampon on there.
Yeah.
So I walked out being like, I got everything but the bingo ball.
Yeah.
And then when you went back to look around, I was like, oh my God, it must have fallen. And then I was like looking on stage to be like, is it on stage? And it wasn't. And I was just like,
Yeah.
it's awful.
Yeah, I love that when you do the part of like I'm going to look up Katie's skirt, a whole audience like tonight more than DC
Yes.
was like, oh
I know. They were like,
it can't be that. Yeah,
It was awesome.
Yeah,
We also had, I mean, that's only the second time we did that sketch, but the first time where balls started to fall out before the collapse, which was
Yeah.
Got a huge
nerve-wracking, but I think like was a happy accident of like
Yeah.
it worked and it didn't ruin anything.
I think
was just
I think it kind of hid the joke of it exploding because they thought that was an accident.
Right.
So they were like, oh no, that's not supposed to happen. There's something else supposed to happen. So then when it does
When it
actually
actually
happen,
does
they're like,
happen, yeah.
oh, like
Yeah.
they thought that wasn't supposed to happen at that point, which I think was very fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. And genuinely, I said this to you earlier tonight, but like, I looked into the audience during that time and like very sincere, shocked faces happening, like, no, which is awesome.
This is awesome.
Yeah. And, I mean, that sketch was great because we had people going into the show that know about, like,
Yeah.
are you going to do bingo?
People were
And
excited.
People were-
or
that was,
I
like,
think
the one-
Andy was like, you're going to do bingo, right? Which was
Yeah.
very cool. And then afterwards, people were like, what was the origin of the bingo
Yeah.
sketch? You know, it got a lot of pub.
It
Yeah.
did.
And I'll say this too. I I was upset with like, I knew I'd have to go out in the audience because this was like a raised stage. They all scattered everywhere. And I wish there was more, I was just like, wish there was a little more space in between the seats.
Yeah.
I couldn't like, I was trying to peer and look for balls and there was just like, they're lost. Truly lost. Like I can't go into aisles. I can't like search because they could be anywhere. Some people handed them to me, but I'm like, this sketch isn't taking place in the audience.
Yeah.
This is just gonna have to be on stage.
Yeah.
I did love something you found during it was like at the end of like you kind of like put them in the cage again and then just like kind of like rolled it
That was
around.
so funny.
I was just watching it, laughing, being like, "Oh, Dan found something," and it was like cool. And I was just like, I can't wait to talk to Dan about this. Like he like found such a like
Right,
fun
just a new little like, okay.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, he's improvising. I was just so happy to be like, oh, I'm on stage, very happy because my friend is improvising right now, and it was just so cute. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it really is like that sketch is pure chaos in the way too that like that bingo cage is like either too fragile or too rigid that it won't fall apart. And to find like that, like truly the way it was in DC was perfect.
I know it.
It was sturdy, and then I like found a way to pull it apart. Now and then like magnets fell off from that, so I had to like try and redo it with new magnets, and it was too strong. Yeah. So I took some off, and then it was too weak, and I'm like, oh my god, stressful.
Yeah.
But fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember like one of the bartenders was saying that like he kept getting balls handed to him, and then he was like secretly like placing them into people's pockets without them noticing. So when they get home, they're like, "What the fuck? Why is this here?" They're just like inadvertently like.
It's like advertising for
advertising for us, yeah, which is very funny, yeah. Yeah, the bingo was great.
Me too, and I feel like my Aw Dang It did better here than in DC.
Yeah, it felt like a button here.
Yes, where like in DC, I felt like people were like, they loved the meat of the sketch, but like the Aw Dang It was just like, okay, and now it's over. Where this felt like a button, where it felt like people were like, which was really, really, really fun.
Yeah, and I love too that it's like that delivery blackout, and like I feel like those two in conjunction like make a huge joke of like, oh, that was it.
Yeah.
That was the whole sketch.
Yeah.
Then Bomb Squad. And that one too, like, because I think that one is tough to memorize because that is one where you get to be word perfect because there's so many simultaneous speaking, and like we all kept like fucking up different parts throughout the day, and then this one, even if we did fuck up, it just felt so easy to be like, no, it's okay, like, we'll just keep going.
Yeah.
I don't think the audience noticed. It didn't matter.
No.
It was just, it felt good. And like I just remember like getting backstage after bingo being like, okay, we're kind of home free. Like we're about to do the sketch that we know, and we it's like one of our favorites. It's got like all of us in it, and in terms of like ideas and a hilarious ending.
Yeah, I mean, people love Bomb Squad. A lot of people did bring up Bomb Squad, and we're like, it was just like throughout the show, I remember feeling so many laughs happen throughout that sketch.
Yeah,
like, that one truly was like so much holding for laughter.
Yeah,
which I was surprised by. I didn't expect like the beginning part of that sketch to be like.
Yeah, but the beginning really did.
Yeah. They were into it.
Other than, of course, my one line where I say, I don't even understand why you're laughing. And it was so quiet in there that I was like, I'm glad you're not laughing.
Yeah, that was
but
so
funny.
funny.
I was like, all right.
And then I just held on that, and people were like, kept laughing at that.
Everyone knew what your line should have been.
Yeah, because I started it, and then I was like, which worked.
Yeah.
That was like a joke where, not a joke. That was a sketch where sometimes it really, I feel like, paid off to be like, to break just a little.
Yes.
To be like, we're kidding.
Yeah, right.
And then like, you would immediately feel the relief if you like broke a little to like let them be like, okay, we're allowed to laugh at this, which was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Saying their
Holy.
It did so well, because it was so funny, because we've just built that moment up so much.
Yes.
To pause and be like, okay, like we're about to do it. We're at the top of the roller coaster. It's about to drop, and we have this line ready to go. And it was just like, okay, we're about to actually
I
do
know.
it in front of all these people. And I was like, there's a small % chance that they go, no,
I know.
don't do that. But they all,
was
it
great.
seemed like it got a very good reaction.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, truly that like we talked about at the beginning, like letting the audience know, like, hey, like, we're all friendly with each other, and we're gonna
Yeah.
be friendly with you. Like, Bomb Squad would not work as our cold open.
No fucking way.
Yeah.
No way.
As like a first impression of who we are, it would not.
Yeah.
work.
no.
It kind of like you kind of have to earn.
It
that.
has to be kind of at the end to be like, end or middle to be like, hey, you have to see at least 3 or 4 sketches of us
Yeah.
before this is okay.
You gotta know who we are.
It was definitely risky, but it was really fun.
good thing we're doing it as like the 3rd sketch in some upcoming
I
festival.
know. I definitely did think about that a little bit tonight where I was like, okay, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I think it was great. I think it was so funny. And then, of course, the ending.
Oh my
It was
God.
so much messier than
Oh, it was
We
so
played
much
the
messier
blood
than I
splatter,
thought.
the
blood splatter.
Really good.
God, it fucking shoots out. It's
I know.
and like because it really spilled when I was getting ready because I had to open them and like I'm rolling around. I'm like, oh, fuck! It's like all in my sleeve. My inside of that
Oh,
sleeve
I
is
didn't know
all
that.
red. My whole forearm was red after the sketch.
Yeah, we should throw those in the wash tonight.
Oh, yeah, and honestly, I'll probably put my skirt, yeah, and my
pants
tights.
got red.
Yeah.
Yeah. The bomb exploding, like, loved. I was, talking to people, and they're like, "Yeah, we really were into the whole like backstage conversation part of
Oh,
it."
good.
Yeah. Like Asham was like, "Oh yeah, I was following. Like I knew what was happening."
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I didn't get to hear too much about what. I didn't get to get a ton of feedback.
Yeah, God, and then coming out with the explosion. I'm so glad we got to do it. What's so exciting is, and you can bleep, Katie, bleep this out.
Okay. Times.
I know. It really makes me excited to be like, oh, the hour-long version of the show is insane.
Insane.
Psychotic.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's
it
really funny.
really is.
It's funny.
And then there's like the going in and then right into the big old mess and we
Yeah.
go, I'm like, eh.
I know that energy
That was
was
it.
honestly kind of weird.
Yeah, it felt great. We really liked it. I feel like we could have stayed on that stage for a while.
Okay, good.
You don't feel that way?
I'll have to watch it back.
Yeah, I don't.
I had a little bit of more like, I think I walked away feeling like it was big picture overwhelmingly positive, but I had a little moment at the end that I was like, we might have lost him. But not all the way in a way that I feel where I'd walk away from a show and be like, we lost him. Not at all that. Just in a
Yeah.
light, like, all right, that was a little bit risky and not everybody was 100% in and that's okay.
And I don't feel that at all.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I might just be being hard on us.
I feel like I'm a little blurry on the end just because like there was a lot of thinking like leading up to like listening for like when the audio gets to where we jump out and like jumping out and like you're just kind of I'm just yelling and
Right.
it's just kind of like when I'm focused on that and like yelling loud I can't really tell yet if
That's
the audience
true.
is like really in tune with it.
No, I don't feel like we lost him at all.
Okay,
I
good.
feel very like they were like, what the fuck is happening?
Okay,
right
good.
now?
Okay, good.
Why are they like shell shocked?
Okay, good.
Yeah, I felt they were more just like, why are they doing this? What is going
Yeah.
on? Like, but yeah.
Okay, good. No, I believe you.
And I do think, me personally, I find it hilarious to go from to big
It's
mess.
so
Big,
funny.
and then we just come out like, hey, we're okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fine.
We survived.
We survived.
I did get a great reaction to it was awesome.
I know,
loved
I
it.
know, you really did.
I
Yeah.
got it was really visceral. It was awesome. And I held it together. I didn't laugh. I don't think. Well, I guess we'll see when we watch it.
We'll
back.
find out.
Yeah, but in my mind, I held it tight.
Yeah, that show I'm excited to like watch.
Me
the
too.
video for and be like, okay.
I know, I'm kind of like, okay, that's what we'll do on Monday.
Because there's sketches that we've already like we have the data for of like where the laugh lines were, and now
Yeah.
we can like confirm or
Exactly.
see where new ones are, and then there's like new sketches to be, because whenever you do a new sketch, you kind of have a vibe of how the audience felt, but like if you have a recording, you have like
Proof.
the proof of like, okay, like that was a huge laugh. This
Right,
was
right.
like an okay laugh.
Yeah.
So, which you don't really pick up on in the moment.
Right.
Okay, it's a good show.
Hey, we did a good job, I think, condensing that show compared to last time. I think we did a little bit shorter.
You were a little more sober,
A little bit- yeah.
sobering up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm tired.
Yeah, I'm tired too.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm also really proud of us. I kind of thought we'd stay out way later than we did.
Yeah, it was kind of ending. I mean, it's 4:23 right
That's
now.
still
so-
pretty. But we were up till 4 in DC. Like we
Yeah.
filmed this at 4 last time.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I'm proud. I kind of was like expecting us to have an even later night than we did.
Wonder if Saturday will be later. Like if people are going to be out later. I'm not
Maybe.
sure.
Maybe.
As late as we want it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love you guys.
Bye guys.
Thanks for watching.
I